everybody, how are you doing today? Today I'll be showing you how to go from a standard definition video and upscaling it to something more like this. This is a requested video, so I'll be mimicking the style that the person wanted, but also I'll be showing some tips and making some suggestions for how you could actually improve upon that style. So first things first, the original style that this person wanted me to mimic, it had too much gamma. There was pixelation, blocky areas. So we're gonna be enhancing the video, but without using all that blockiness. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our regular clip here. This is it. So we're gonna go to FX, and what we're gonna do? Actually, let's go to crop. You can get to this one of two ways. You can do that by hitting the FX, then closing out of that, or you can just hit this button right here. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be looking at these edges here. So as you can tell, there's these little black bars on the edge. This is, I don't know what causes this, but this is very common in a lot of the upscale versions of this. And I would like to say that this is an already upscaled DVD version of the original. So it's, and that's what I assume the target video is based off of. So that's what you're going to need to get. You can find them online about anywhere. So you can even download them for free, though I suggest you support the guys who made them and buy the thing. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually changing the width so that it goes in some. And then if you come over here, you look in, there's actually room to move the whole video over. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go into our X, actually going up. That's a little too much. And then we're going to come over here and, oh, hello, and check to see if that did it. And yes, it looks about right. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take this right here. We're going to drag it down to right about where we think it needs to be. And after that, we can just come to our width here and start adjusting it. Actually, that's the wrong thing. What am I thinking? Ooh, height. Alright, so we're going to be adjusting that. And you don't want any blackness around the edges. So that looks about right to me. So as you can tell, if you were to go back and look at the original, it's actually pretty close right now, but that's because the video is smaller. If you were to look at it in full screen, it wouldn't look all that great. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be adding those video effects to sharpen and smooth the video. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go over to video effects, like we said, and the first effect we're going to add is our, where is it? Unsharp mask. Here we go. We're going to add this over here. So here are the values. You don't want to change too much. You want to be very, very particular about everything and try to keep to the original video as much as you can, because you're not trying to change the video. You just want it to look better on full screen. So what we're doing is we're going to be changing the radius of this. We don't want it too high. Actually, I'll put this at 2 for now, 0.2. And then the amount, we're going to take that up to, I'm going to say about 1.1 there. Enter. So let's just check that. As you can tell, it actually darkened up the whole video, but it's also darkening up those lines, making the image a little bit sharper. Not too much, but that's the idea. Just a little bit at a time. We don't want to do too much and completely destroy the video. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to fill light. I'll explain the purpose of fill light first. So what fill light is actually going to take some of the colors and just kind of exaggerate them, kind of bring them out, and it's going to bring that smoothness effect to it. So I'm going to drag that over and drop it. Right now it's really, really strong. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this down to 10. Now be careful with this, because in some darker scenes it'll actually cause a white flickering. It's not common, but it does happen. So just be careful when you're using this. The less strength you put into it, the less likely it is to do this. So another thing this fill light does is when we go to sharpen it, the sharpening effect will actually make the lines darker, but it'll also add like a little highlight next to the line. So what we're going to do is this fill light is actually going to kind of overcompensate for that. So it helps. So we're going to actually bring the hue all the way down. And then we're on to the final step. And then, alright, so where are we at? Excuse me, I can't, oh, it's highlighted for me, wow. So sharpen, we're going to change this to about 800. Now I have been changing these back and forth all the time. I know you can't really tell, but from what I can tell, it is actually helping. And I would go into full screen, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I've already done this before. I know the settings, but if you look at these settings, I'll go through them one more time. This is what I'm using, though just remember it's going to vary from scene to scene. Every now and then you're going to want to adjust it, make different fine tunings so that it fits the situation better. Now this just doesn't apply to this one video. This could apply to any cartoon, any video in general actually. Though when you're getting to like a real live action video, you're probably going to want to be changing different things and looking for different areas. So we're going to go ahead and close out of that. And now what we're going to do is show you how to get that super cinematic look that I don't like. This is how I prefer it, just so you know. I feel like you're not cropping too much of the video out, but you're also filling up your screen. And you're seeing a pretty decent quality image. But here, I feel like, well, not feel like, but you actually are losing half the image. So I'm not a fan of this, but you can do it if you want. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and show you the crop settings that I have for this. The only thing you're really going to be changing from this to this is that you need to be changing the height. Now I have mine set down to 415. I don't think it's an actual ratio, though you could look and figure out the actual ratios and get a real looking thing there going, but that's about what I saw in the video that I'm trying to replicate, so I'm just gonna leave it with that. I'm not a fan of putting watermarks in the bottom here. I don't see why you would. It's not like it's your material anyways. It's not like you made it, you're just adjusting it. So I don't know, I don't feel right about doing that. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. After the video, I'll be showing a before and after, the 3 different versions. So you'll have the video we're replicating, my version, what I want to do with it, and then we'll have the original standard definition video. Well, it's not necessarily standard definition, it will be the upscaled version of the standard definition, but maybe I can find the standard definition, I don't know. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. See you guys around.